Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm setting up April in my bullet journal. When I'm filming this, there's still a week and a half left in March, so I'm just making one more weekly setup. And I thought that I would include this in this video because it's always nice to see different types of weekly layouts. This is one that I haven't done before, but for March I've been doing very minimal weekly spreads. I didn't show any weekly spreads in my March setup, but they are on my Instagram, so if you want to check that out, I will have my Instagram name in the description box below. The left page is just a spread for spring. The day I'm filming this is actually the first day of spring, and I made this a while ago to also put on my Instagram, so not to do too much self-promo, but check it out if you want. This spread is pretty minimal, with different shaped boxes for different days. Smaller boxes are days I don't usually have that much to do, and so I didn't want to waste too much space. Where bigger boxes like Saturdays are usually my busy days where I'm doing a lot. Moving on to the next page is my title page for April. I decided to do like a clouds, raining, umbrella kind of theme. I was thinking a lot about what to do for this theme, and I thought that I would go with that little riddle. You know, like April showers bring May flowers, and that way it could tie into my May theme too. So April could be rain, where it's like more drab colors. I'm going with gray and a kind of muted blue and yellow, just for like little pops of color, but not too much. And then May is going to be more of a flowery theme. And on the left page, where people usually have a quote page, I'm leaving that blank because I don't really love making quote pages. I think they're really pretty and I think they're very cute, but I make them and then I stress myself out making them because I spend so much time and energy trying to find a quote, and then I try to get the perfect handwriting and hand lettering, and it's just honestly more trouble than it's worth because after I make it, I never look at it again. So I decided this month I'm not going to do a quote page. I'm going to leave it blank. And since when I'm filming this, I still have a week and a half left of March, I'm probably going to use that page for something else. I've seen a couple different ideas on Instagram and Pinterest of people doing like end of the month wrap-ups that I think that's really interesting. So maybe I'll do something like that. Some kind of like memory page or some kind of like favorites of this month page. I'm not exactly sure, so I didn't make anything yet and I didn't include it in this video. My next spread is a 2-page spread. It's just going to be my calendar. I'm keeping up the theme of the clouds by using clouds to surround the titles of things. So in that first cloud is going to be April, the next cloud I'm going to write growth, and the cloud after that is going to be my section for little things. I know I've explained this before, but if you're one of the newer viewers, I say newer viewers like I actually have viewers, but anyways, so if you haven't heard it before or if you didn't get it the first time, my little things section is just to write down the little things that happen day by day that make me happy or small positive things, because it's very easy to just get into the flow of the day and kind of get stuck in your head and forget about all the small things that do go well, that are happy and that are positive. And the section just helps me to acknowledge those and to get out of my head a little bit. But anyways, so I'm making this calendar very simple. I'm not really drawing lines and boxes. I'm just highlighting the bar at the top for different rows and writing in the days. I don't write the days of the week above the calendar because I always have a Sunday start. So it stresses me out trying to find that lettering for that too. So, and this is my bullet journal, so I'm just gonna make it how I like to make it because it's mine. And why stress myself out more if I don't need to? Anyways, I tried to draw a cute little rainbow at the bottom and draw more raindrops. I didn't love how it came out, and in person you can kind of tell those are raindrops. From the camera they look a little bit more like lines, but I'm not totally mad with that. I'm sure you can tell there are little parts that seem skipped over in the video, like suddenly there's lines there that weren't there before, and suddenly one of the clouds is traced over with marker and you didn't see me do that. And it's because I got a different camera angle that I haven't used before, and it's higher than I'm used to, so I don't really know where I am in respect to the camera. So you can also tell that my head pokes up a lot in the lower quarter, and there's not much I can do about that. Like, I thought about cropping it out, but it's just my head. Like, it's really not that bad. I did delete like the worst parts of it. But anyways, so this next spread that I'm doing is a YouTube schedule spread, and then below that I'm gonna do an Instagram posting checklist kind of thing. So I'm gonna start doing more filming. I'm still gonna only have one video a week because that's what works best for my schedule, but it might be better for me to start filming a little bit more ahead of time. And I'm already getting confused with just the concept of that. So I'm just writing out a schedule with a checklist. So the video that I'm doing, if I filmed it, if I edited it, if I uploaded it, and when it gets posted. That way I can just keep myself a little bit organized. Hopefully, I mean, that's the plan. And then below that, for my Instagram schedule, I try to post every day, Monday through Friday. And I'm definitely way more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube. But if somebody was to post on YouTube, I would totally comment back, aka comment on my YouTube channel. Anyways, okay, no, seriously, enough with that. I promise you guys, one day I'm gonna get better at this whole voiceover thing. I mean, it's not today, and it probably won't be next week, but one day I'm gonna get better at this. Okay, moving on to the next spread, I'm just doing a habit tracker and a mood tracker. I'm making this very simple, just like a horizontal spread. I find that making spreads this way is easier for me. It's just easier to keep track. When I have them in the mini calendars like I did in my last month's setup, I found myself not using it and getting way more overwhelmed, but I've used a setup like this before and I have used it a whole lot more. I also didn't use a mood tracker in my last month's spread, and I found myself looking for it, which is weird because I didn't usually do mood trackers before, but I did them not in April but in February, and I just enjoyed doing it. It's kind of nice to see the patterns of what days I'm feeling it and what days that are just not the day. This next page is going to be another tracker. A couple months ago, I started doing a TV show and movie tracker, and I find it really interesting to see which shows I'm binging and to see if I'm watching movies or not, because I find myself either watching a ton of movies and no TV shows, or vice versa. I'm not one of those people that just casually watches things. I don't know, maybe some of you can relate. So on the left, I'm drawing little TVs, and these are going to be where I track the TV shows I'm watching. I do color in these little TVs based on if I'm watching it with my boyfriend or not. So if I am watching a TV show with my boyfriend, I believe I color it gray. And then if I'm watching it by myself, I color it black. And then I write what season it is on the little TV screen, and I write the show right next to it, and I have a star rating underneath it. And then on the right is where I'm going to keep track of the movies that I watch, which is very simple, just, the name of the movie with a star rating underneath it. The spread is pretty basic, but it works well for me. Currently, I'm watching the show Gotham on Netflix, and I'm kind of surprised that I like it. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it before because I'm kind of a loyalist when it comes to DC and Marvel things. And I'm actually one of those people that doesn't like the current Marvel movies, but that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, Gotham is pretty good. I'd give it 4 stars out of 5. Comment below what TV show you're watching right now. We can give each other recommendations. It'll be fun, like a little community. My final spread is my first weekly setup for April. I'm making it very simple, just 8 squares. I believe these squares are 9 dots tall by 14.5 wide, or maybe just 14 wide. My bullet journal setup is 36 tall and 28 wide, so I'm just splitting that up into 8 squares. And I know what you're thinking, there's not 8 days in the week, there's only 7. And you're right. My final square is going to be just like a meals setup, kind of like a meal plan thing. So each square is going to have their own day of the week, and then the final square is going to be where I write down meals. I've been trying to go really light with the colors, so every single page so far my setup has had gray in it, and then every other page kind of alternating has either blue or yellow accents. So since the movie page had blue in it, this page is going to have yellow, and then my week 2 spread will probably have blue in it as well. So that's about it for the April setup. I'm going to finish off this video with a little flip through. I think I finally figured out the lighting situation so that it's not so blurry anymore. I don't know if you noticed, hopefully you didn't, but I noticed and it bothered me and I hated it. Anyways, it's fixed. I hope you like this video. If you want to give it a thumbs up, that'll be great. If you want to subscribe, you'll totally make my day. But anyways, have a good one and I'll see you next week.